Is it kind of surreal seeing a guy in Madison Square Garden getting the love that he got and holding up 2 UFC titles? A guy who you just choked out 7 months ago. I mean, is that sort of weird? Is it kind of what's that like to see a guy that you beat 7 months ago and now people are talking about it like that was the greatest moment possibly ever in sports history?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This was all like, I think it's a little bit artificial. It was handed over with good timing for him, and he did everything right, and they handed it right to him. So it was funny how I got left out the picture, though. He went to the fight like I expected he would, especially against that guy. You know, I thought the fight would go exactly how it went. I figured that. And then as soon as the fight's over, I see like hundreds of people that just turn around and staring at me. I'm like, yo, I don't know. What do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? The UFC tried to not. They didn't even want to give me tickets to this fight. Like, I think they want to just like put this picture of him on with the belts and the greatest thing that ever happened, and they want to like kind of keep me out the mix and hide me out from the whole thing. It might have been in his contract, you know, don't let Nate Diaz in here, because that might make something. Like I said, I was up in the stand in the club box, and after the fight, everybody's turning around looking at me. I'm like, hey, it's not my call. These guys are hiding me out up here. So I think they gave Nick Jonas my seat.
It seems like a lot of people are interested in third fight. So why? Why do you feel like if they are trying to keep you out of the picture, what purpose would that be for?
I think it's just to put him on more of a pedestal that they already have put him on. It's whatever, though, you know. I know what happened in the fight with me and him the last time, and he knows what happened, and people know what happened. And people with my question to me is like, hey, when are you going to fight number 3? Do you want number 3? Do you want number 3? I'm like, of course, if I want to do anything, that's what I wanted. What's the third fight? I'm not begging for no fight. It's all good with me. I don't need to fight anybody. I don't need to do this interview. I'm being blown up all week by everybody for interviews. What is my take on the fight? And I don't want to even do interviews or be a part of any of this and bash the guy, because you can't do nothing but like everybody can't do nothing but hate on the guy for doing this thing. He's doing this belt thing, and they give me that all that attention and all these opportunities, and I would take them too. So it's all good.
Before you guys had your rematch, he openly said that this is 2 of 3. I'm going to beat Nate, and then after I beat him, then we will have the trilogy fight. And right after the fight, he said we'll do another one, and it'll be down at lightweight.
But the UFC knows that's a bad idea for him too, so that they want to. But then I get no tickets to that fight. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. I'll leave him alone. I don't even want to fight the guy. Just let me get a seat. And then so we got into the fight to some other people we know, you know, and me and my brother, they didn't want to let any one of us in there. Congratulations to Conor. He did a great job. Got the 2 belts. Me and him know what happened in the last couple of fights, and that greatest of all time stuff, that needs to just come to an end, because I don't remember any of the greatest of all time getting worked over like the last 2 fights. So not to say or bash, but that's what I feel about the whole situation.
I noticed the UFC, there's more shit talking going on. There was a time where it was very chill,
because people were scared, and then when they watched me, that's what I'm saying. Like Conor McGregor, he copies my model and mixed it with Floyd. I don't know how to act like Floyd and be all money guy, because I grew up broke, and we just don't act that way. I don't want to act like a douche like that. I mean, like if I had this understandings, maybe I would have approached it differently. But I never put on an act. I was legitimately pissed off, and that's legitimate for reasons. And when I never stepped out of line on anybody. I never do. I'm like, these guys start running their mouth at me, and they say the wrong shit, and then I call them, and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, and you know I worked harder than you, and you know that's the thing too. I make 170 pounds. Like you got Alvarez fighting McGregor. He's small. He's shorter than McGregor. He should fight at 45. But you know why he doesn't do that? Because he'd have to do the diets I do. He'd have to do put in the miles I do. I put in miles. I put in rounds. I'm on the mat doing jiu-jitsu. These guys don't have black belts. If they do, they don't have a real boxing background. McGregor don't have no black belt in jiu-jitsu. He just learned jiu-jitsu before this last fight. And then
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know,
watching YouTube videos.
It's Googling.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very serious thing getting a purple belt or a blue belt under Cesar Gracie back in 2004, 5, 6, all that stuff. There's the only people that were getting belts, I was one of the first American black belts under a Gracie or something like that. Way back. Yeah, I've had my black belt for a long time. And it's a big deal. I mean, it's not I haven't given anybody any belts. You know what I mean? How and who are these? These people passing around belts I'm like, go win a competition with that belt. Let's see how you do. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? It takes a long time to learn jiu-jitsu, and then these guys don't want to invest in that. And the ones that have, they're not going to go and do boxing traditional. They're going to do kickboxing, and that's just going to be enough for them. And then they want to go home to their nice wife and nice life, and they've got a whole bunch of other stuff to worry about. I'm over here, miles. Jiu-jitsu, pro boxing, kickboxing, and judo, and sambo, and I'm doing all of it, taking all of it into consideration, and always have. They've been funny about letting me into these events. In my brother's fight too, they didn't let me in my brother's fight.
Wow.
So that was kind of
What was that about again?
Was it because of the bottle throwing at the press conference, or what was the reason why you couldn't?
The commission, I was still kind of under suspension too. Or they want me to pay some kind of a fine, or make sure that my fine's paid off before they give me a corner's license. So I can't be within 30 rows back or something like that. So they never let me on the floor. They didn't let me on the arena. I could have at least been in the back. And, working with him before he walked out like I did the first fight, for James. So I'm like, okay. But,
was it hard?
It was rough, yeah. It was rough. I thought he had him out of there for sure at one point in time, third round, I guess. And I was like, there's just no way you're coming back from that.
Right. Have you watched it again? What was it that you would have told him?
Well, I would have told him not to throw punches at that dude at all, because he's gonna sit there and watch you and try to counter everything. So all you do is fake at him and flick at him and fuck with him. And that's how you do that. But, he went out there and just, he just didn't have it together in the first round. I think, I could have clicked him into the right mindset. Plus, me standing in front of him, fooling around with him and standing in front of him with my right hand forward, we all three stand the same way. Oh. So he doesn't have anybody else like that to kind of work with him. And I just think that it would have definitely helped out having me there a little bit. But
how hard is it after all that shit talking in the beginning, when it's over, to have to hug that guy and say, hey, man, good job? It's
all, it's whatever. By the time you're done with 5 rounds, you're pretty spent everything you had. It's like, okay, what else? I mean, it's like a weird camaraderie. It really doesn't mean anything. It's just like right on.
It's some good shit talking.
Good fight. I hate you, but good fight. No. I mean, not even like that. It's really nothing.
Fights have been ridiculous.
That was the best fight I've ever seen, though.
Right. Yeah, you say, hey, see you at Croke Park, 100,000 paid. I mean, can you do it? Would you guys go to Ireland and do it? I mean, that's got to be for part 3. It's got to be crazy.
In Ireland?
Yeah.
I suppose. I mean,
there's got to be a third fight sooner than later.
Yeah,
I would assume that would be pretty soon.
I didn't know I was famous for a really long time. So when I fought George St. Pierre, I have a soccer mom pulling up to me next to me at a stoplight, and she's going, "I hope TSP beats her." I'm like, "Bitch, we're in Lodi." I'm like, "We're in fucking Lodi," and I got a soccer mom coming up hoping. I'm like, "Where's the hometown love, right?" So it was rough, and I'm like, "Sorry, I'm not a good role model for your children." They never gave me the opportunity to be.
Right.
So here, George is like this big role model in this sport, athletic endorsement guy, and he starts talking shit, going like, okay, Nick Diaz is a bad guy. Nick Diaz deserves to get beat down. And I'm starting to feel some type of way about this now, because I'm like, you know what? I just had a soccer mom pull up. I'm like, got all these. I want to be on a Wheaties box. I want to get paid for some fucking endorsements. I want them to want me to win the UFC title. They don't want me in that position. They're like, shit. So. Yeah, they just anything to keep me away from that.
You don't fit what they want. You don't fit.
I don't care anymore. I'm like, I don't need the fucking belt. I negotiated pay-per-view into my contract without a title. I'm the first one to ever do that. And these motherfuckers were all pointing the finger at me, calling me stupid this whole time. Eddie Alvarez tries to copy me, and people are trying to do what I do, like basically signs with my agency that I went and found on my own. I left Stockton and was like, okay, you know, in nightclubs and moving around, talking to industry, talking to everybody that's somebody. Once I realized, like, okay, this is, you know, how do we get in here? How do we go there? I didn't know what to wear. This is 3 years ago. I'm like, I didn't know what, you know, how to get into a nightclub. I'm like, what the fuck? Why don't you let me and my friends in? I was out on the scrubs. I mean, I had to cut my circle short. It costed me a lot of money, a lot of moving around. I came to a lot of real understandings, and now I get it. And now that I get it, I'm fucking pretty pissed. I'm like, dude, this is. I could have known all this shit when I was 20 years old.
Now? Yeah.
Like, they were trying to put me on blind date, and I knew better. I'm very intuitive. I'm like, I don't belong on this blind date. They're gonna put me. I'm 20 years old. They're gonna put me across from some hot LA girl that's just totally hip to everything, and I'm this ignorant 20-year-old that doesn't, just because I am here around people who don't make any money, and they don't see me going anywhere. The people that are going somewhere are already, it's old money. It's like they're ready to, they're taking over their parents' business, and then the ones that make it out of there, then they get, if they don't get knocked up or sewed up, then they leave, and then they live in San Diego or somewhere.
Right.
And I just
crazy. I relate so much to that childhood you're talking about, man. It's the exact environment I was
Fighting
in.
your way out.
No
like
hope.
it's rough out there, but like, wait, it's not so.
Hope.
Yeah, when you're out there, it's not like super rough, like what you think. Like, you know, there's hard parts of town. You're not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. What's rough is nobody comes to you, so there is no opportunity there. And I was like, okay, when I fight and I win, and when I fight and when I win, you know, I'm going to have opportunities come to me. No. You need to go.
You still got to go get them.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I wasn't here right now, I'd be in Stockton. I wouldn't be on this show right now. So, like, it's just, you got to get the hell out of there. And when you have a fight coming up in 3 months, you're going to go to a nice, warm, safe place that you're used to, where you train, and you don't want to change what works.
Right.